Hi, sweet parents. I'm so glad you're here. Today, in about 10 minutes, we'll look at 10 amazing baby reflexes. I remember when my little one was just a tiny bundle, and every little twitch and movement felt like a huge event. Was that a smile? A hiccup? A secret message from the baby dimension? It turns out, many of these mysterious movements are actually reflexes, these incredible built-in survival tools that babies are born with. They're like little pre-programmed apps for navigating the world outside the womb. These are completely normal and fascinating to watch. Seriously, it's like having a tiny, adorable, evolutionary biologist living in your house. Chapter 1. The rooting reflex. Is that food? All right, first up is the one you'll probably notice right away, especially during feeding time. It's called the rooting reflex. Have you ever seen your baby turn their head when something touches their cheek? Almost like a little homing missile. That's it. When you gently stroke your baby's cheek, right near their mouth, you'll see them turn their head towards that touch. Their little mouth will open, ready and searching. It's their built-in GPS for finding food. This reflex is how they locate the breast. This reflex is how they locate the bottle nipple. It's not them being picky or turning away from you. It's this powerful innate drive saying, "Hey, the food source is over here." This reflex is strongest when your baby is hungry. If they've just had a full feeding and they're sleepy and content, you might not see it as clearly. It's most prominent in the first few weeks of life. You can test it very gently with the back of your finger. You'll notice it fades around 4 months as they learn to turn and open their mouth intentionally. It's their first big developmental upgrade, moving from instinct to intention. Chapter 2. The sucking reflex. Nature's pacifier. Now, this one goes hand in hand with the rooting reflex. From the moment they're born, if you place something in a baby's mouth, be it a nipple, a clean finger, a pacifier, they will instinctively begin to suck. It's a complex action, requiring the coordination of their tongue, lips, jaw, and they're born knowing exactly how to do it. This reflex actually starts way before birth. Ultrasounds often catch babies in the womb sucking on their thumbs. It's crucial for feeding, what allows them to draw milk from the breast or bottle. Powerful and efficient. But sucking isn't just about food. It's deeply comforting. The repetitive motion helps them regulate, calm down when they're fussy, and even fall asleep. For parents, if your baby is fussy, offering a pacifier or a clean finger can be just the ticket to a moment of peace. Over months, the reflex strengthens and then becomes voluntary. As they grow, they'll decide when and what to suck on, a simple, powerful reflex that ensures survival and comfort. Chapter 3. The Moro reflex. The startle surprise. Okay, this next one can be a little dramatic, so don't be alarmed. This is the one where your baby suddenly feels like they're falling. They'll fling their arms out with hands open, then bring them back in, almost like a hug. They might cry out. It can be triggered by a loud noise, a sudden movement, or that feeling of being lowered into the crib a little too quickly. You know that pre-sleep jerk? It's believed to be a similar sensation for them, an involuntary fight-or-flight response. Evolutionarily, flinging arms could help grasp a caregiver if they felt dropped. A built-in safety mechanism. It's a good sign of a working nervous system, and your pediatrician will check for symmetry at visits. It can startle them awake. One reason swaddling can help. A snug swaddle contains the arms, dampening that falling sensation. It fades by 3 to 6 months as control improves. Enjoy the dramatic little hugs while they last. Chapter 4. This one has to be one of the most heartwarming and adorable reflexes of all. It's the palmar grasp reflex. You place your finger in their tiny palm and their fingers curl around it, surprisingly strong. When pressure is applied to the palm, their fingers flex and grasp. Try a small, safe rattle and they'll grab with gusto. Likely rooted in survival, like primate babies clinging to fur. A beautiful echo of our past. Use it to bond. Look at their tiny knuckles, feel the strength, and talk to them. It's one of the first interactive games you can play. Strongest in early months, fading around 5 to 6 months, replaced by a voluntary grasp. The first step toward crayons, finger foods, and waving goodbye. For now, cherish every time they wrap their tiny fingers around yours. Chapter 5. Let's move on down to those 10 tiny toes. It's called the Babinski reflex. Stroke from the heel up to the toes, gently but firmly. You'll see the big toe bend back and upward, the other toes fan out, a distinct movement. It might look ticklish, but it's neurological. In adults, toes curl down. In infants, the upward fanning is normal. Shows brain spinal messages are developing. Safe and simple to observe. Try gently after a bath when feet are relaxed. The Babinski usually disappears by about 1 year, sometimes 2. As walking approaches, toes curl downward like an adult's. So enjoy those funny, fanning toes while you can. Chapter 6. This elegant reflex is called the tonic neck reflex, the fencing reflex. When they turn their head to one side, the arm they look towards straightens. The opposite arm bends, like a tiny, noble fencer. It likely supports hand-eye coordination by bringing the hand into view, a step toward reaching. You might not see it every head turn, most apparent in relaxed newborns. It should be symmetrical. If only one side appears, mention it to your pediatrician. It appears shortly after birth and usually fades by 4 to 6 months as movements become voluntary. It's a fleeting, beautiful phase. If you see your miniature musketeer, snap a picture, a quirky memory of newborn days. Chapter 7. This reflex is a real glimpse into the future. Pretty mind-blowing to see. Hold your baby upright, support their head and neck. Let their feet touch a flat surface. They'll lift one foot, then the other, in a motion that looks like walking. Incredible, right? Remember, they're not trying to walk. No conscious control. Legs aren't ready to bear weight. A primitive reflex, an echo of movements to come, maybe aiding newborns to find the breast. It signals basic walking circuitry is present. Fun to show family, but always support weight, head, and neck. Never let them bear weight. It fades after a few weeks, usually gone by 2 months. Later, as they near walking, patterns return in a new, purposeful way, a preview of toddler years. Chapter 8. Here's a lesser-known reflex called the Gallant reflex. Truncal incurvation if you want to get fancy. Place your baby on their tummy. Gently stroke the skin along one side of their spine, from shoulder down to hip. They'll curve toward the stroke side, a little wiggle, a tiny hip swing. Stroke left, bottom curves left. Stroke right, curves right. Presence and symmetry are good signs. The prevailing theory, it helps during birth. Pressure on the back triggers wiggles that assist the journey through the birth canal. It may also support hip motion in the womb. Present at birth, typically disappears by 3 to 6 months. A quieter reflex that tells a fascinating story about your baby's journey, built-in intelligence at work. Chapter 9. This next one is a reflex you and I have too, but it's crucial in a newborn, the blink reflex. Your baby will rapidly close their eyelids to protect their precious eyes from bright light, an approaching object, or a gentle puff of air. It's fundamental and fully functional from birth, a super fast shield for delicate sensory organs. Unlike many reflexes, this one never disappears. The blink reflex is for life. Observing it is reassuring, a clear sign protective wiring is in place. One less thing to worry about, little bodyguards for their eyes. Every blink at a sunbeam or floating dust means their body is doing exactly what it should. A quiet, constant protection. Chapter 10. Okay, our last reflex is probably the most surprising of all, and it comes with a very important safety warning. It's called the swimming or dive reflex. This is not something to try at home, only in a controlled infant swim class with professionals. When a very young baby is briefly placed face down in water, They instinctively hold their breath, their heart rate slows, and they make swimming-like movements. An amazing primal response, like remembering the womb. A survival instinct that may prevent inhalation for precious seconds. Again, only with trained experts in a safe setting. Unsupervised water activities with infants are extremely dangerous. The reflex is temporary, usually fades by around 6 months. It doesn't mean they'll swim later. Swimming is learned. We're not encouraging tests, just marveling at it. Your newborn is full of surprises and ancient instincts. Weren't those just incredible? From the firm grasp of their tiny hand to the surprising little fencing pose, each reflex is a small miracle of development. Seeing these reflexes is like a sneak peek into your baby's operating system. Be gentle with yourself. You're both learning and growing together. Our quick tip is to create a reflex journal. Note when you first saw rooting or that little fencer pose. A mindful keepsake of fleeting first months. You'll be amazed how quickly these reflexes fade. And now for our gentle ask. If you enjoyed these little wonders and want more gentle tips, please subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss our next video. This channel is a community for parents like you. Drop a comment, tell us which reflex surprised you most. We love hearing from you. See you soon.